Hello there and welcome to Travels with Geordie. My name is Peter Knowles and my pup Geordie here, and I live on this classic wooden motor cruiser in Victoria, British Columbia. And we're fixing it up with a long, slow refit to enable it to pretty much cruise extensively. And if that's the sort of thing you might be interested in, why don't you join us and stick around, maybe even subscribe. We're off for our first little boat ride of the year. Aren't we, pup? Yes, puppy boy. Hang in there. Well, and welcome back to Travels with Geordie. We're going to carry on with this bulkhead that's just, it's kind of driving me crazy. Let's get right into it. Let's think about this cabinet a little more. Now, it's a cabinet with a glass door on it, which will eventually be leaded glass once I find the time to do that. That will hold my glassware and mugs as well, including my coffee mug. Now, the problem is you have white wine glasses, red wine glasses, my pineapple mugs, what I call tall skinnies, like them for certain kinds of drinks, and your classic glass tumbler, and my rocks glasses I can't find, and my martini glass I can't find right now. I'd like at least 2, if not 4 of some in here. And so there's like, how you're trying to decide like how many levels and how you're going to break it up, and maybe you make it adjustable or split and the point is, by the time I break this glass and the other 8 that match it, I'll never find the exact same cheap wine glass again. So I think I just have to go with 3 levels, which I can sort of see as being about there and there and there and the max width, and I'll just cope. It's going to be roughly that deep, which is about 5 inches. So in the case of this and this, we're really only getting 1 deep, but with my little tall skinnies, I can put a little nest of those in there, which are great because these glasses you can get quite consistently. You buy these 12 at a time from Lee Valley. I don't know why, I just love these glasses. Okay, let's build the outside carcass of it and then decide where the shelves go. Hey, look, I've done a drawing. That's about as much thought as I put into it. Basically what I'm trying to figure out is how to best use the wood I have. Because I don't want to be wasting wood or designing something that just doesn't quite make it or whatever. So this is a 9-inch plank of the 3/8 material I have. Lovely stuff. So I'm going to make roughly 4.5 minus cleaning up the edges, so it'll be 4.25 deep plus the front edge. Anyway, let's just get some cutting and some ripping done. It's not worth explaining everything I'm doing just yet. You'll see it all coming together. Okay, 2 of these pieces are the side styles, and 2 of these pieces are the 2 intermediate shelves. It'll be 3 shelves, but the bottom shelf is just the bottom of the cabinet. So the bottom of the cabinet I'm going to make exceed a little bit. If you imagine this was the side, the bottom I'm going to hang out a little bit, and I'm going to soften it up and curve it. So it's got to be a little bit bigger. So let's get making those. There we go. Okay, so the front and side edge of these are going to be eased into a bullnose, and ideally I would do that with a rubber bit. But before I'm finished with the table saw, I have to make up the pieces that are going to make the frame, the door and the front frame, and they're out of full 3/4 inch stock, so they're a little beefier. Where's my goggles? My goggles! I can't be cutting wood on the internet without my goggles. Okay. Okay, so here's the top and the bottom piece. You can't really see all that well, but I put a small bullnose on it, and I'll clean that up a little bit. I've only put it on one end and the face because at the other end it's going to butt in against the cabin side, so there's no need for it there, so it'll stick out just a little bit. I'm pretty excited about this. Starting to look pretty good. We can start assembling pretty soon. Okay, let's glue this thing together. Now, I would love a perfectly flat bench, but this is reasonably good, so this will have to do. So, I have some damage on this piece of wood here, so it's going to go against the cabin side. So that goes basically right there. And the bottom of these two, that's top, goes right like that. Now I'm going to use the slightest bit of glue, but I don't want to have to be wiping too much out of here, so I got to be a little bit careful. And I'm going to tack it together with stainless steel pins to get started, and then once everything's sort of assembled, I'll put some screws in. Okay, let's get going. Nothing much to this. I'm going to use a square in here just to make sure I'm working relatively square while I work. Right there. I turn this around without breaking it. So that goes right there. There's a slight reveal on the exposed side, so let's do some more sanding here. I'm pretty sure I won't make you watch all of this. Perfect. Okay. So let's put this on over here. Very nice. And I'm going to let it exceed by just a hair on this side so that you see a little bit of a reveal there. You don't see it much now, but when the wood is varnished, it'll look quite nice. Okay, there the front. Not bad at all. Looking for nail blowouts? None so far. Thank gosh. Okay, so in this light you can see that little reveal there. That should be pretty nice. Okay. Excellent, 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 excellent. I'm not going to make the door yet. I have all the materials to make it. And I'm not going to make the shelves yet. I have the material to make it. I'm going to basically install this. And, well, no I'm not. I'm going to, first I have to put the wallpaper up. Okay, let's get on with that. Well, before the wallpaper goes on, I need to cut a little trough here, just from there to about there, where it'll then end up in the veneer of the material below, because it's one piece up here, whereas it's two here. Anyway, I just have to cut a little trough down to there with the router so that this wire can go into it. This is probably not the wire I'm going to use in the end, but it'll do for now. It's all temporary, and it allows me to pull it through and chase it. This is my light switch for the last year or so. Works good. Okay, so just basically right about there. I'll get the router bit. Right about here somewhere. The trick is try not to hit a nail. That should do it. Okay, right about there. Alright folks, can you guys see the mistake I made? Yeah. Super easy to cover over this band all the way along there because I have a band of mahogany going across there. The only thing is I hadn't intended to run it in behind the cabinet. In other words, inside the cabinet. So now I have this gap in the back of the cabinet. Now I could just continue the band in the back of the cabinet, except I'd lose 3/8 of an inch of depth. Some of my shelves would be narrower. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's see. Now again, there's no sense putting a lot of nails in this because I'm getting another strip that'll go on here that'll really pull that in. Okay, let's get moving here. Okay, now this is where I make a tough decision, and it all relates to this timber right here. I had imagined I was going to bring the cabinet right up to the top of this strip and carve it out around the timber so I could maximize the height. I mean, there's another inch there. But I wanted to build the cabinet complete and see what it looked like in place before I made that decision. And so if I sit it right up against that member, it sits there like that, and I have this room on top. Now, I imagine I could do two things with this. I could put a little ledge, which would add like a trim piece, and it also means I could put some stuff up there. It would be a very small ledge. Or I could just leave it. I cannot decide, but I'm going to have to decide in the next few minutes, because I'm also going to have to decide how I affix this. That's, I mean, here it's easy to put some screws in there. Here I'll put a batten on there. Looks good though. I'm liking it. Hey, hey. There we go. Not the final installation, but that's where it's going to be. I've decided to leave it open at the top. I like it. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I like it. You're rejoining us with our test fit of the band. Okay, I need one more strip out of 3/4 inch stock. I've just had to bring up another 8-foot plank of mahogany under the bed. And excuse me. Every time I do that, I go, wow, there goes a pile of money. Okay, so 1 inch strip. Doesn't seem like much, but we got to get it done. So, and this is definitely an in one window, out the other rip. I'm going to do the 2 flip rip trick. Damn long pieces of wood. Okay, so we've ripped in one window and out the other. Now we have to route in one window and out the other. And that's to put the little bead on the little bot. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Nice, looking very nice. Okay, no stress. So that is ready to be put up. Beautiful. Okay. Right there. Now I'm just going to tack it right now, but in time I'm going to put screws in here and bung them. But I would say so far I am very, very pleased. I like it! Lots left to do though. Yeah. Although this is going great, there's a couple of things that I have to back up and do something about. One is this gap. I can't even imagine patching that gap in any way, shape, or form. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking the critical measurement from right there to the counter height is 38 inches. And well, I do have one remaining piece of my wood wallpaper that is exactly 38 inches high. So I'm going to take these two out and make a single piece, which is what I should have done in the first place, that comes to the counter height. The piece below will just remain, not that it's even relevant to have it below because there's going to be a cabinet there, but anyway, just to carry on. So this has got to come off. I've also decided I'm really happy with having the cabinet tuck under this member here, but I want to do something up here, and I've got something in mind for that. So I think that'll be pretty good. And then just gotta carry on getting some of the panels on here and some of the individual styles, and I think it's going to come together really nicely. So let's get on it. All right, so let's get this off again. And because this was only just tacked on, I can just pry this off. Sounds horrible, but it's just pins pulling out. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use these two pieces sort of as a template to be able to figure out exactly how the new piece will go in. Let me think about that. Alright, nothing elegant here. Basically templated it out. Let's cut it out and be done with it. Close enough for me. Seal the edges, and with any luck, this will be just fine. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. Okay then, time to replace the band. I'll probably still only put just a couple of pins in it because until everything is super awesomely perfect, yeah, let's just not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Okay, so that fits there nicely. Nothing is left exposed. The wire is nice and loose. Everything here feels pretty good. Okay, that's up again. Now before I put the glass cabinet up again, I'm going to do the top piece because it will be difficult to do working up over it. And I think it'll be nice to get that done. So that's basically just a little strip of mahogany. It's going to be the height of this. So what it'll do, it'll sort of simulate a curved head to this window, even though the window itself is straight, so that it'll cover right to there, and then as it swings down, it'll cover a little bit of the corner of this glass here. But I think that'll make a nice band all the way across there. Okay, let's get on with that. Of course, it's one of my out the window to window rips to do this. The trick, of course, is to not drop it in the ocean. Okay, so this isn't quite as nerve-wracking as steam bending, but at the same time, I don't want to break anything. Now what I've done, I put a tiny mark here at center and a tiny mark on here, which I'll sand out later at center. And because these line up with some solid blocking I put in behind here, that I can put a screw in comfortably. A little back a little bit, right about there. Okay, now screw the pilot hole. Put in the screw without this thing snapping on me. This doesn't have to be perfect to the overhead because there's going to be another strip on the overhead. Okay, other side.
Yo.
Yo, hi.
You talking to yourself?
Well, no, I'm talking to the camera, but that's okay.
Oh, you're online.
Yeah.
Oh,
no problem.
shoot, sorry.
That's what editing's all about. All right. There we go. Now. Hey there, welcome to Beer of the Week, and this week I have a special guest, Philip, who's come to join me. We've had a super day. I mean, a really neat adventure that he was able to show me, and we've just had a pint and a little something to eat at Spinnaker's around the corner here, and we didn't actually bring back the beverage that we drank, but we brought back Spinnaker's Blue Bridge. Now, Spinnaker's is Canada's oldest brew pub. And I've never had the Blue Bridge. It's not generally the kind of ale I think of having, but because I'd never had it, I thought we'd give it a try. And what did you have while we were there? You had something really good.
Yeah, it was a very local thing, but
yeah.
I forgot the name already.
Yeah, it was
that good?
But it was good, eh?
It was
good.
very
And what
good,
about what
yeah.
you eat? Did you eat something good?
I had halibut cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, the best.
Really, eh?
If you're here,
Yeah.
go and have halibut cheeks at that pub.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Exactly. Spinnaker's really is a blessing. And I don't know if you can see behind over our shoulder, that's the path to get there. Anyway, so let's fire this up. Blue Bridge by Spinnaker's. Let's see what we think of this in terms of a pour. It's a little darker than I thought it would.
Yeah, I thought it would be lighter. But
yeah,
hey.
I thought it'd be a little bit lighter. But anyway, again, we're going to share a bomber here, so we're drinking responsibly.
Thank you, sir.
There's not really a full glass, but we'll
that's
see what we
cool.
think of that.
Unfiltered.
Yeah, unfiltered.
Nice.
Natural carbonation, which means not much of it. What do you think?
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Cheers.
All right. Well, cheers.
To a wonderful start of spring.
Hey,
Lovely to be on your boat.
Oh, it's been a lovely day. Cheers. Holy crap, I drink that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Lovely.
I've been ignoring this for 4 years. Awesome. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks again for coming for a visit.
Thank
really,
you.
really
Thank you,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you. Thank you for having me.
No new painters this week, so we'll end right here. And thanks for joining in. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like that.
It is good.
Yeah.